So on Saturday I saw Sisters and I have to say, it was really funny. Sisters is a very basic premise and this should not be too difficult to explain. Tina Fey and Amy Poehler play sisters. Their parents are getting rid of their childhood home. And so now the sisters have to go into their rooms, clean up all their stuff, so that they can sell the home. Well, Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, they want to have one last hurrah, one last big party in the house before it gets sold. So they invite a bunch of people and they party and things go chaotic. Now I'm not going to deny this, Sisters was a really funny movie. I laughed a lot. I thought Tina Fey and Amy Poehler did a really good job. Of course they have great chemistry together, they've proven that several times. And Sisters is no different. This time, however, they are playing the opposite role. Amy Poehler this time is playing the straight and sort of responsible sister, while Tina Fey is the wild and crazy one that is a little too immature. And she's the one that has the child. A teenager. So I did find that unique, and I found that both of them did a really good job. A lot of the other actors were fine as well, and a lot of them did some really funny stuff. John Cena was a standout in this movie, and I have to say he had some of the funniest things just because of his physical presence and just some of the things that he just rattled off. Now to say this movie is unique and totally different and so many new things are happening in it would be a lie. Yes, there are some circumstances that are a little bit more unique, but for the most part it is just one of those movies that it's a coming-of-age story about two older people that want to get back to their youthful life and want to party, and it's pretty much all the things you'd expect from that kind of story. Not to say it's all cliched and all typical of that story, but for the most part it kind of is. There was a lot of funny moments throughout the movie, a lot of side characters that were really great. And I did like the whole element that most of the partygoers are high school, well, used to be high school students that were classmates of Tina Fey and Amy Poehler's characters. And so they were older and they had kids and they had lives, and some of them really depressing lives. And then what it took for them to finally party, some of the things were absolutely hilarious. So I find Sisters a really funny movie, a lot of great acting. Obviously not all the jokes hit for me. For the most part they did, and even though the story is typical of the kind of story it's telling, it still did a decent and really good job at it. Now I have to say some of the dialogue is very typical of the Pitch Perfect type movies. Well, I think the writer was the person that did the Pitch Perfect scripts, and even though it's a lot more cursing in it because this is a rated R movie, it does have that similar dialogue, so if you're not a fan of that kind of dialogue, you might not like Sisters as much, but I do find the dialogue a little bit better in Sisters than the Pitch Perfect movies. With that said, I think I'm going to give Sisters 3 stars. So have you seen Sisters? What did you think about it? Go ahead and comment. If not, what is your favorite party comedy? As always, this is BruceGifford, and this was Just My Opinion.